Hi everyone, I'd like to welcome you to a new video from runhorse.com sports. We're going to present a new video about casinos, and the title of this video is the 5 best and 5 worst casino games to play. We want to help you select the best games in the casino to play and the ones to stay away from. Let's get right into it. First, we got to talk about a few terms that I'm going to use in this video, and one is going to be house edge. And let's talk about the house edge. That is the expected amount the casino will win for every $1 you put in the machines. So, if the casino has a 5% house edge, that means for every dollar you bet, it's going to give you back 95 cents. So they're going to keep 5 cents for themselves. So if you're playing $100 a bet and the casino had a 5% edge, you would be getting back 95%. Now that's not the true odds on blackjack, but just to give you an example, or whatever game that you are playing. So for every 100 bet, whatever the house advantage is the expected amount that they're going to take for themselves. Okay, let's get into the worst casino games that you can play. The first worst game is the Big Six wheel. Wow, the Big Six. It's that big flashy wheel. A lot of people have seen it in every casino. It looks like a carnival game, and it looks that way for a reason. It is one of the worst games to play in the casino. It has a 11% house advantage, house edge on the 1-to-1 payout, and 24% house edge on the jokers. That means for every 100 you bet on the joker, you can expect to get back 76. That's a terrible bet. In fact, it is the worst table game in the casino. Run away from this big flashy wheel. Do not play it. Skip the Big Six. The second worst game to play in the casino is Keno. Keno. It is one of the absolute worst bets in the casino. They offer these large payouts, and they offer these large payouts for a reason. If you connect 10 of 10 or 8 of 10, you get these huge jackpots. And the reason is because there is a huge house edge. So there's going to be a lot of losers to pay for those jackpots. Stay far away from these casino machines. They have a house edge of generally between 15 and 30%. They can vary widely depending on the casino, up to 40% even. Some of these casinos, wow, that makes it one of the worst, absolute worst games to play in the casino. Makes them even far worse than playing slot machines. So they may offer you tantalizing jackpots, Keno, but a lot of players are going to lose in between there, so stay far away from those Keno machines. The third worst game to play in the casino is the slot machines. They have an expected house edge of between 5 to 15% normally, and sometimes more. Penny machines normally being in that high 10 to 15% range. So that means every $100 you put in the penny machine, expect to get back between 85 and 90. Over time, that is going to be a big grind. You can see that. That's for every 100 bets. So if you're putting in 500 per hour, you can see how much the casino is pulling back out of you. It's quite a bit. You can slightly increase your chances by playing in Las Vegas. That is off of the strip. They offer some of the best returns on slot machines, some of the smallest house edges. And if you play high limit slots, the odds can be more favorable. The reason being is if you're playing those large bets, the casino can take less out because they're getting actually more per play, as opposed to those penny slot machines that the people are playing. They're taking a lot out because they're only playing small amounts. So that's the reason you see a whole lot of slot machines in the casino. Now you know why. The house is risking nothing, and the amount that they win is a fixed amount. So it's great for the casino. They love those slot machines. They have no way to lose and only big gains. If you want to play in the short term, play the slots maybe for a little while, but avoid in the long run because you are going to end up a loser. Okay, number 4 worst odds in the casino is craps. It depends on your bet in craps. We're going to get to that later because it can also be one of the best bets. So it depends. There's so many bets on a craps table. There are tons and tons of bets on this game, and many of the bets are not your friend. Take, for instance, the most terrible bets in this game with a high house advantage are Any 7 gives the casino a 16.7% edge. Snake Eyes 2 and Boxcars 12 are both a single 1 roll bet, and they offer a 13.9% edge to the house. Big 6 and 8 are some of the big spots on the table, and it's always said in these kind of games that the largest spot on the table is the most attractive to place, and that is usually one of the worst odds for the player. In this case, the big 6 and 8 is a 9.1% edge to the house, so stay away from that bet. Hardways also range between 9 and 11% house edge. Very, very poor return for the player in the long term. If you've ever played craps, a popular bet is the field, and that field bet rakes in 5.56% for the house, making it one of the worst casino bets. Our number 5 worst bet in the casino will take us to the roulette table, but it's the 00 roulette. Roulette is one of the most popular casino games. You get 35 to 1 on a number. It makes it quite popular. Adding an extra 0 to the table doubles the house advantage, makes it much more profitable for the casino. That's why they designed those tables with those 2 zeros. You have the 0 and the 00. Wow, it really changes the odds quite a bit in the house's favor. So you want to avoid roulette in general. If you do play roulette, always play the single 0 table, not the double one. The house advantage with the 00 jumps to 5.26%, making it one of the worst games to play. If you do play roulette, always choose the single 0 version. The odds are much better in that one. The house edge is lowered to 2.7%. Not huge advantage like the 00 one. So stay away from that 00 roulette. It is one of the worst bets in the casino. We went over the top 5 worst bets in the casino. Let's get to the top 5 best games to play in the casino. Give you the best edge. And our number 1 best game to play in the casino is Baccarat. And Baccarat has been featured in many, many Hollywood movies, including James Bond. They're always dressed in the suits, those fancy suits, and you see the big high roller playing Baccarat, and there's a reason to that. The house edge is only 1.2%. It's very, very low. Makes it a very, very desirable game to play. If you play the player or the banker, stay away from that time bet because it is a huge moneymaker for the house. It is a 14.36% advantage to the casino. This game is especially popular among high rollers and Asian gamblers. Over 80% of Asian gaming revenues are based on a Baccarat. Wow, that makes it very, very desirable. It is one of the few games where the house risks losing big money to high rollers. That's why you've heard about these high rollers coming in and playing for $100,000 a hand or even $1 million a hand, and they almost always choose Baccarat because it is the lowest edge in the casino, and they actually have a chance to really hurt the casino with this game. The banker in this game actually has a mathematical edge over the player, but it's counteracted by the house charging a 5% commission on winning banker bets. So you can actually play with the house in this game. Unlike Blackjack, where the house is playing against you, you can choose banker or player. You're actually playing with the house. You can play with the banker, but on your winning bets, you have to play a 5% commission. Otherwise, you would actually have an advantage over the casino. Believe it or not, the dealer will take that commission automatically when paying the winning banker bets. So, if you don't know about Baccarat, look into it. It's a great game to play at the casino. It's very, very easy. The lowest house edge in the casino, one of the best chances for you to win is at Baccarat. Okay, let's move to the second best casino game to play in the casino, and that is Craps. And Craps is the fast-paced dice game. Wow, it is so much fun. The low advantage in this game is very, very good for the player, and that is on the pass and don't pass line, which are two of the main bets in Craps, and the advantage is around 1.4% advantage. It's quite low. It's very, very good. Now, I talked about Craps in some of the worst bets, and that is if you play some of those other bets on the table. So if you do Want to stick to the best odds in craps? You want to play just simply the pass or don't pass line? That will give you the best advantage. It's a high-speed dice game that is both fast, fun, and exciting to play. In fact, it is probably one of the most exciting games when you're at a hot table. I've been at a hot table and people are just getting so excited, and it's not uncommon for a hot roll to take out thousands out of the table. And a lot of times people are all betting with the dice, and it makes it very exciting. Everyone at the table can be winning at the same time. If you stick with the pass and don't pass, craps is one of the best games to play in the casino. Okay, it takes us to our next best game to play in the casino, and that is Blackjack. The house advantage, if played correctly in Blackjack, can be quite low. In fact, around 1%. If you don't play the game correctly or with the proper strategy, that can quickly rise to 2% or higher. And it's actually thought that most people that don't know how to play the game correctly give the casino a pretty good advantage. So it turns from a low advantage game to a high advantage game. And that's why the casinos like it. The house has an advantage in Blackjack simply because the player has to draw first, and if he or she busts, the player automatically will lose regardless if the dealer busts in the same round. That's what makes it attractive for the house, but if you play the game correctly, there are ways you can counteract that percentage, as well as splitting aces. They pay you 3-2 on a Blackjack. It's very important if you do play Blackjack to select a table that pays you 3-2 on Blackjack or higher, because if you choose a table that pays you 6-5 on Blackjack, that raises the house edge incredibly high. Winning those Blackjacks are the only way to counteract that house edge, because you're getting 3-2 on your money. For example, on a $20 bet, you're winning 30. So those Blackjacks can counteract the house edge over time if you pick up a few Blackjacks. If you learn the optimal strategy in Blackjack, when to hit, when to split, etc., you can lower the house advantage to around 1% or even less following expert play. A lot of people don't know that you can actually play with one of those little help cards, and it will give you the basic strategy. Ask your casino when you start if they allow it. It's a good idea to play with that card, because you want to play with the optimal strategy to lower the house edge as low as possible and give you the best chance to win at a Blackjack. Okay, our number 5 best game to play in the casino is going back to poker. It is video poker. So you can see poker is actually one of the best games to play in the casino, be it live poker at a table, which is my favorite, or video poker. Video poker has around a 2% house edge. Knowing the optimal strategy will increase your chances of winning, and many games still offer jackpots similar to the way slot machines do. Video poker can offer a much higher return on investment than slot machines and are a good alternative. If you have not had a lot of success on slot machines, you might want to give video poker a chance. If you know how to play the game and you learn how to play the optimal strategy, you will have a much better chance of winning at video poker than slot machines. Those are some of the best games to play at the casino, and we've also gone over some of the worst. They did not build these big fancy casinos off the money of winners. Just remember that. Don't give the casino a more of an advantage than it already has. Play our best 5 games and stay away from the worst 5 games.